Hello you guys, and welcome back to another video of mine. On today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I created this look. I am absolutely in love with it. Like, I was creating it and I was just like, shit, like I actually really like this. It is just a natural full glam makeup. I've gone ahead and just done like a smoky black eye just underneath, and I've just lightly contoured, lightly highlighted. Everything was just lightly done, so it wasn't too full on. So we're just gonna go straight in and I'm gonna show you guys how to create this look. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Please subscribe if you haven't. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up, and for those that are interested in me showing you guys more tutorials, please comment down below on looks that you want me to create. I'll be more than happy to show my tips. I have so much to share with you guys, I don't even know where to start. Like, there's just a whole list, but we're gonna get there in the end. But if you're interested in watching this video and learning how to create this look, then please keep watching. So I'm just gonna go in with my Fenty primer, and I'm gonna pump 2 pumps at the back of my hands. And I'm just gonna go now and start placing that all around my face and make sure that I blend this out evenly. Now, this is the first time that I'm trying this Fenty Beauty primer, and honestly, it smells so good and I'm really liking it. It made my makeup towards the end just sit so nicely, and it just completed the entire look for me. Now I'm gonna get in with the Fit Me Concealer by Maybelline, and I'm just gonna start concealing the underneath of my eyes and also around my nose, and then I'm just gonna go in and also start doing spotted concealer. Now, for those that know me, I absolutely love this concealer. It just covers up everything and it just sits so nicely on the skin, so this is a go-to concealer for me. Now I'm going to go in and start blending out the concealer, and I'm just going to be using dabbing motions. Now I will be mentioning all the products that I'm using down below in the description. Now also, I won't be putting any foundation or concealer on my eyelids today. I want to sort of leave my natural eyelid color as it is, and then I'm going to be applying just one eyeshadow color later on just to tone down the pigment of my eyelid, because it's just a little bit intense for the look that I'm going for. So I'm just going to go ahead and complete the rest of my face and make sure that I blend everything out nicely. Now I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. I'm using the Dewy Plus Smooth Finish. Now make sure you give this bottle a nice shake before using it. Now I'm going to apply some on the back of my hands, and then I'm going to go in with my makeup brush and just make sure that I mix in the ingredients just a little bit more. And then I'm going to grab some of the product onto my brush, and I'm going to start applying this on my face. Now I'm not going to apply it all over my face at once because this foundation does dry a little bit quick, so you need to work with the product really fast. Now I'm going to also push the foundation towards the underneath of my eyes. I don't want the underneath of my eyes to stand out too bright because I will be applying black eyeshadow, and I don't want it to look too intense. So I'm just going to make sure that I blend everything around my face nicely, ready for the next step. Now I'm going to go in with the Mercier translucent powder. Now this is my favorite translucent powder of all times. This has no flashback whatsoever. It sits so nicely on the skin. It feels so soft. Now I'm just blending the underneath of my eyes with my fingers just to make sure that there's no creases. And now I'm going to go in and set the entire face. Now I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I'm just going to go in and fill in my brows. Now I'm only going to fill them in quite lightly because they are quite full and thick. Now I'm going to go in with the Frank Body Lip Balm, and I'm just going to apply some of that onto the back of my hands. And then I'm going to grab one of my Zoeva brushes, and I'm just going to grab some of the product onto the brush. Now what this is going to do is it's going to make my eyebrows stand out a little bit more. So it's going to give it that nice glossy finish. So when you're standing out in the sun, your eyebrows are going to gloss and shine with the rest of your face once you put the highlighter and everything else. Now, when applying this, you want to use swiping motion. So you basically want to apply the product in the direction your eyebrows are growing. You don't have to be too picky with this part. You really just have to brush it on, and then after that, we're going to brush the eyebrows out. Now I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow brush, and I'm just going to brush the products into my brows and just make sure that it's not sitting on the top layer of my eyebrows. I just want to make sure that the product's sitting in my eyebrows as well. And I'm just going to basically brush my eyebrows till I'm happy with the shape I've created. Now I'm going to go in with one of my Zoeva brushes, and I'm going to grab some of the Mercier translucent powder, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start applying that underneath my eyebrows using dabbing motions. So I'm basically going to bake the underneath of my brow. Now even though I don't have any foundation or any concealer, it's going to enhance the natural pigmentation of underneath my brows. So what I want to do is I want to enhance the whiteness just so it stands out a little bit more, ready for the next step. So while the underneath of my brows is baking, I'm going to go in with my Benefit Hoola bronzer, and I'm just going to start contouring my face. Now I'm going to be using a very, very light hand when doing this, and I'm also only using a little bit of product. I don't want to use too much. I want it to look very natural. So I'm just going to be using circular motions and pushing the products upwards and then also towards my ear area as well. I've just gone ahead and grabbed a little bit more product, and I'm just going to place that on my forehead area. I just want to warm it up just a little bit more because I don't want to look too pale. And like I said, I'm just going to be using the smallest amount, and I'm just using dabbing motions. And I'm just going to go in onto the other side and basically do the same thing. Once that's done, I'm just going to go in with a fluffier brush, and I'm just going to go and make sure that I've blended everything out nicely and just make sure that everything's smoothed out nicely as well. Now I'm going to go in with the same brush that I used to contour my face, and I'm just going to start warming up my nose. Now I'm not doing this to make my nose look smaller. I'm going to actually go ahead and connect that with my cheek area where I've contoured my face. This is just going to give me that nice natural flush look when standing out in the sun. Now I'm going to go in with the same brush that I used to contour my face, and I'm just going to grab some of the Kylie Jenner Close to Perfect blush, and I'm just going to use that onto my cheek areas and just use dabbing motions and circular motions. Now I love this blush because it's not too pigmented, so you can sort of build the amount of blush that you want on your face, and this is going to look amazing in the sun. So I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that I blend that out nicely with the contour, and then I'm going to go in and do the same thing that I've done with my nose. I'm just going to dab on the rest of the product onto my nose area and connect that to my cheek area. And now I'm just going to go back in with that fluffier brush and just make sure that everything is blended out nicely. Now I'm going to go in and remove the products from underneath my brow bone, and I'm just going to be using very light hand movement, and I'm also going to dab the product into my brow bone as well. Now I'm going to go in with my Morphe 35K palette, and I'm just going to go and grab some of this like sandy light matte shade, and I'm going to tone down my eyelid color. As mentioned before, I don't want it to be too intense, so I've just gone ahead and grabbed some of that shade onto one of my Zoeva eyeshadow brushes, and I'm just going to go ahead and just blend that all over my eyelids. Now I'm going to go back in with the same palette and grab some of this black, and I'm just going to start placing that underneath my waterline. Now you want to use a very thin brush when doing this because you want to first create a nice line, and then you're going to go in afterwards and start blending that out. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do now. So I'm just going to create that line, and then I'm going to go in and start blending. Now it is going to look a little intense at the start, but you've got to take your time with this. You need to just really blend it out and be gentle with it. Using a very, very light hand, I'm just going back and forth till I'm satisfied with how I've blended it out. Now that that's done, I'm going to go in with a fluffier brush and just start blending the underneath of my eyes. Now, I forgot to show you guys on camera, but I did grab some of the same shade that I used for my eyelid color, and I'm just using that to blend in with the black and sort of just make it look a lot more smoothed out. And then I went in with some translucent powder and placed it underneath my eyes just to clean up the area a bit. And I know I said I didn't want it to be too bright underneath my eyes, but I'm just going to brighten it just a tiny bit just so it covers up some fallouts and also just so that the eyeshadow looks a little bit more neat and smooth out, if that makes sense. So I've gone ahead and done that, and now I'm just going to blend that in. I'm gonna go in and start curling my eyelashes. Now, I got this eyelash curler from Kmart. I think I paid like $4 or $6. Honestly, like no more than $10. I've just never really had it in me to go out there and purchase like a $30 eyelash curler. I just don't see the point in that. This one works perfectly fine for me. It curls my eyelashes to how I want it to be. So I've just gone in and curled my eyelashes around 2 to 3 times till I'm satisfied with the length. Once I'm satisfied with the length, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Cat Eye Mascara. This is like my favorite eye mascara of all times. Like, it is just amazing. It just curls my eyelashes and separates them just how I want them to be. So I'm going to go ahead now and start brushing out my eyelashes really, really lightly. I'm using a very, very light hand. Also, when applying mascara onto the top part of your lashes, you want to sort of use a light hand, but also brush from the tip of your eyelashes first. And you don't want to apply too much, because when you apply too much mascara, I find that it gets too heavy, and that's when your eyelashes just drop and it just looks saggy and boring. So that's why I like to curl my eyelashes around 2 to 3 times and then apply a little bit of mascara just to give it that bit of thickness and just to make it look a bit more black. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish off the rest of my eyes. Now I'm going to get in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Sun Dipped Glow Kit palette, and I'm just going to grab some of that lighter shade onto one of my Zoeva brushes, and I'm just going to place that into the corners of my eyes using dabbing and swiping motions. Now this is just going to brighten the inside of my eyes and just make my eyes stand out a little bit more. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Once I've completed that, I'm going to go in and grab just a little bit more of the product and place that underneath my brow bone. Now, I don't want to put too much, just a little bit, just to make my eyes stand out just that little bit more. And then I'm going to go in and place some of that onto my Cupid's bow, just so when I apply lipstick and lip liner, it's just going to just really stand out and look more glowy and natural. And then I'm going to go ahead and place some of that product onto the side of my nose. I know some people like to place highlighter onto the middle of their nose, but I like to place it on the side because I just find that it looks a little bit more realistic than placing it straight smack bam in the middle. So I'm just using swiping motions to apply that and just making sure that I really, really blend it out so it doesn't look too powdery. Now I'm going to go in and start highlighting my cheekbones. Now I'm using a really light hand when applying this, and I'm also just using a little bit of product. I don't like to put too much because I find that when I put too much highlighter, my face just looks super glowy and it just looks very unnatural, because reality is your face does not look that glowy in real life. So just applying on a little bit is a little bit more realistic. And I'm just placing my fingers towards my brow area. You don't want to drag it up too high. You sort of want to connect it to your brow bone and bring it straight back down. And then I like to go in with my fingers just to make sure that it's nicely blended in. Now I'm going to move on to lips, and I'm using my Max Factor lip liner. Like I said, I will mention product names and details down below. And I'm just going to go in now and start lining my lips. Now I'm not going to color in my lips completely. I'm just going to line my lips to how I want them to be, and then I'm going to go in with my Frank Body lip balm, and then I'm going to start filling in my lips, and then just sort of blending the lip liner and the lip gloss together just to make my lips stand out a little bit more natural. So I'm sort of just enhancing my natural lip color. I'm not really putting on like a real bold lip. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish off that, and you guys can watch how I do it. I forgot to mention that I am using like a fluffy brush from my Zoeva set. I'll make sure that I write which brush I use to blend in the lips down below in my description. Now I'm just going to go in and fix my hair, and that is pretty much it. That is the complete look. This is like the perfect makeup look for the golden hour. And I know some people are obsessed with the golden hour because I know I am, and some people are not really, like, you know. But if you do wear this makeup look and you're outside at an event or a boat party or whatever, honestly, I don't even know where you're gonna be anywhere, and it's outside and it's sunset, this shit is going to just stand out. So I'm gonna go outside now and I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like in the sunlight. So let's just head outside. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe, and till the next video. Love you guys. Bye.